guys, welcome back to Mummy Cooks Homemade and what we eat in a week. So this is a steak pie that we bought and some homemade chips. Can't beat it. The pie was beautiful. It was 100% steak, but as you can see it was a bit dry. So this is the stir fry I made, and this is on Friday's Day in the Life video for the full recipe if you want it. Chicken lo mein. Like I said, just go back to Friday's video if you're interested. So I did some honey belly pork with some Chinese rice and some tender stem. I actually cooked the tender stem with the rice at the same time in the oven. Perfect. No extra pans, nothing. And crispy belly pork. So these are our favourite chicken thigh burgers and some McCain wedges. I think they're the slightly seasoned ones. But them thigh burgers, ooh-wee. So nice. Definitely up there with one of my favourite foods. So Steve took Amy away to Nana's at the weekend and they shared a Chinese between the three of them. So this is what Steve had. I stayed at home with Caitlin. Steve went away for a couple of days. This is, I forgot to video, but I did manage to take a snap. So this is not a massive pizza, by the way. It's just 3 slices there. Me and Caitlin had pizza and fries. Because unfortunately, in our little village, the pizza shop delivers, but the Chinese does not. I had no idea Sunday what time Steve was going to be back from Leicester. So I had to improvise. And the best thing I could come up with was clearing out the bottom of my fridge with the veg drawer. So that's a leek gone in there and an onion. Some chantenay carrots needed using up. So they've gone in too. No pudding today. Like I say, I didn't know when Amy and Steve were going to be back. Parsnip, just the one. So what I did was I popped this into the oven with, I put some water in and a stock cube in the pan and a teaspoon of Marmite or yeast extract if you've got that. And it went into the oven for an hour. So here's some celery now, including the tops. The tops also have flavour, guys. There's no need to waste anything with those, apart from that bit at the bottom that's raggedy. So yeah, an hour with some water and a stock cube. There's my yeast extract, and I put it on gas 4 for an hour. So I'm just sorting out my tender stem. I don't cook this in the pot with the rest of the veg. I didn't even do my roast potatoes the way I usually do. I simply cook them in the microwave, put them on a baking tray naked. I didn't even put my coating on it. They were still yummy. So these are pork steaks. What I'm going to do, I don't like meat that comes out of the pan and it's got no colour to it, anemic looking. So what I'm going to do is fry these until they've got some lines from the griddle pan. They were cooked through when they went into the pan, but that was not the reason. And like I say, I wanted them griddle lines on them. So I am doing a special video. I can't decide whether to put it on its own or in Day of the Life this week for Easter. Because Easter is what, this Sunday, so the Day in the Life will be the Good Friday one. So I don't know. I don't know. I shall see. So like I say, all I want on here, obviously they've not got that scorch mark yet. They've been frozen, so there is some excess water in these. There was absolutely fall apart tender when it was done. So there's the pork steaks. Look, you can see at the top. They're ready to go in. So here is the pan once it's been in the oven on gas 4 for an hour. And I am going to add in some Bisto gravy granules. We don't really get any juices from the pork. And I wanted at least a decent gravy for it, so I do add some of these in. I mean, I don't go mad with them. But yeah, I do add some in. This is a 6 litre pot. No, it isn't, I'm a liar. 5 litres, something like that. 5.4. And I can see 2 bay leaves now. I knew I put 2 in. I've only found 1, guys. Oh, I knew I should have used one of my tea bag things. Never mind. So this is basically what we're having. We're having this like vegetable casserole here. You could, if you're vegetarian, you could just have that. Obviously, without the Bisto, you'd have to get a vegetarian one. With some mashed potatoes or something. Now I'm going to put the pork steaks in. And they'll become so tender in there. And they won't look anemic. And that'll go back into the oven. And I will just peel some potatoes, Maris Pipers of course, and quickly do some roast potatoes. This is my quick go-to. If I don't know what's happening with Steve. I mean, he could have come back at 2 o'clock, could have come back at 5:30, so it's something I could just leave in the oven. So so everything's cooked now. Got to be careful with the meat because I don't want it to drop up to pieces. I'm just going to give it a stir. This is 10 minutes. I've got 10 minutes left. So the potatoes are just about ready to come out. And I know everything in there is cooked. So what I'm going to do is put the tender stem in, and it'll have 10 minutes in that pan, and it was perfect. It still had some crunch to it. I recommend you bunching them, because if you spread them out, they'll get too soft. So I just split them into 2 bunches. Back in the oven, timer on for 10 minutes, and it's done. See? There's my baby again. She keeps making these cameo appearances. That was absolutely beautiful. You can see it's not too soft. It's not all limp. The stems are still good and crunchy. I don't know if the camera will make it look as though the roast potatoes were burnt. They weren't burnt, but they was nice and crispy. Not as good as normal, but it did the trick for a quick dinner, quick and easy. Nothing but goodness in that pan. And that stuff needed to be used up. There you are. There's my naked roast potatoes. They were still beautiful and crispy. So yeah, no pudding that day. I didn't know what time it'd be home or anything, so yeah. So that's the week we had food-wise. Hope you enjoyed. So we've got pork adobo rice today. Jacket potatoes with any topping that we want tomorrow. This is subject to change. I've already found a recipe. That might mess it up. Wednesday, we've not had lasagna yet, so that's back on the list. with homemade wedges and garlic bread. I've got turkey burger and chips. Turkey burger. I've got burger and chips. When we have chips, Steve will have his steak. He's got a Big Daddy steak. Friday is a curry or General Tso's chicken. Saturday is sausage ragu and either salad and part bake. Sunday, obviously, is Easter, so it'll be a roast dinner for then. I've still got to do I've got reminders at the side. Steve's gone to Lidl this morning because the kids are at Easter Club. So he's dropping them off and then going to Lidl's. I've still got the Easter video to do this week. And palmiers is back on the list from last week because I still haven't had a chance to make those. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope the week's meals and the menu gives you maybe even one meal's inspiration. Thank you so much to everybody who watches, and I'll speak to you in the comments. Bye.